Hello everyone, welcome back to a Magelord tale. I'm just kind of tidying up my alchemy area a bit, my infusion area I mean, not alchemy. Although I do alchemy up here too, I guess. Or I will be, when I get to it. I'm just going around and making sure that I have ample preparation for when I do start to infuse things. I'm also just making sure I have a wide enough ledge for me to be standing on. I've actually got this centered pretty darn well. If you go to the sides, it's a 4-block space on each side. And well, today, aside from doing all this, I want to get some candles made so I can increase the stability around this area. And yes, there is 3 on this one side. That's because when I get to the point where I need to make things with a total of 9 items around, I don't have to worry about placing it down again. It's just easier to have it there. Anyway, in order to make candles, I need to make tallow. And tallow is made by throwing a couple Precantatio and a zombie brain into the mix. Now, if we go here and find the Precantatio, just past it, not very many things will give me the Precantatio other than, you know, some crystal shards and stuff. But crystal shards, if I go grab one, they have multiple things mixed into them. And it's not necessarily the best route to go, but it might be the safest for me. So let's grab one air shard, because I can't actually look at the aspects while they're in there. You see, it's got 2 air and 1 crystal. So, in order to make a single recipe of magic tallow, I end up with the result of having 6 excess essence that won't be used up. Now, what I'm hoping is, because I don't remember how much a cinder pearl has on it, but I think that I pick up the flower and not turn it into blaze powder right away when I break it. So let's see if we find any in the desert. I don't know if I grabbed them all yet or not. Let's see, these are not cinder pearls, I believe. Nope, they're bromeliads. There's a cinder pearl. Ah, yeah, you get blaze power when you break them. How about if you shear them? So let's see, a cinder pearl. It's only got 4 excess that we would have to worry about. Do I have blaze powder? No, I don't have blaze powder. I guess I could use just the blaze powder itself, too. That also ends up with a total of 4 excess, but it's all fire. Let me check. Niter, what else do you need for that? Light and potentia. Redstone gives you potentia, but I think redstone also has other things to it, so let's see. Aha, you do get the cinder pearl itself. Is there any more around? I know there's another desert on the opposite side of my base. And I think I'm going to have to go there if I want to find more cinder pearl, but I think we're good for now. I don't know how much magic wax we actually get from this. I can't remember at all. But hopefully it's gonna be enough to make at least 2 candles. I hope, but I don't think that actually will be. Or wait, do you get multiple candles when you make the recipe? You do get multiple candles, so as long as I get 2, I'll have enough for an even number. I think I can use my basic wand. It's a little low on essence, but I don't think I actually use any when I do this. Actually, I don't think the wand's used at all, now that I think about it. So, let's see. Toss you in, and add the brain, and we get 1 wax. Okay. Well, there's no way for me to use any of this, other than if I tried making more niter myself. I don't need any more niter, so that's just going to have to sit here. I think it boils out eventually anyway, and it probably turns into gas. So we'll leave it there. Now I just need string. And I think I'll actually dye the candles blue. I don't think this required a arcane bench. No, it didn't. Good. Can't turn them white like that. Can't change the color that way. Maybe I can just put the dye on the candle. But the main reason I want the candles is because I can... The candles help boost the stability of the area, of the infusion process, and they also give off life, so they're light, not life. They give off light, so they're much better than a torch. How do you dye these things? Let's see, it's also possible to craft different colored candles by combining a candle with a... Okay, you have to have it in an arcane workbench. Kind of an odd requirement. Okay, I'm not getting any new colored candles. Huh. Well, I guess I'm going to go with white candles then, because I can't figure out how to change their color. Either way, we'll put one right here, and one right here. The other one I'm just going to set up right here because I don't have a match for it yet. When I get a match, it's going to go in this corner and then one over here, and everything will be good. So, what are we going to do now? Well, in order to do the infusion stuff, we actually do need to have jars of essence around this area. And I have decided to try making this look a little nicer. So we're going to actually use Bibliocraft. Actually, I don't think I need to type at anymore. Yeah, you don't need to type at. It'll just say... It'll just go to it because Bibliocraft is now in the actual text box. Yes, I was thinking that it wouldn't hurt if we use these tables to set the jars on. It'd be much cooler if we could use the shelving, but it's not going to work with the shelving. See, there's a whole bunch for forestry, and several for biomes of plenty. And these are for chairs. I think we'll just go with the basic oak tables. And if I remember correctly, they do a seamless texture thing when you craft them. When you place them next to each other, I mean, not craft them. And get a bunch of logs. So it's that, and that. And this is going to require a lot more wood than I was kind of counting on. But that's okay. We'll start out with 8, and we'll go from there. So my plan is to have, well, finish connecting all this out. But I want it to kind of wrap around, like that. Yes, they do have connected textures. And it looks nice. Now when you go around a corner, what does it do? Okay, that is good. And we're going to have the jars set on top of these tables. Now, funny thing is you actually can put a table on top of a table and it'll be a mini table. Which I think is kind of funny. But for now, since we only have a few, what does it take to break this thing? Yeesh. I think I'm going to need an axe whenever I want to move these around. We'll go like that for now. Now we also need to get the jars of warding, or warded jars, excuse me, which require slabs and glass panes, and a bit of water essence. Everything requires water essence. Let's see, glass panes. Do I have glass panes down below? Might. That's hardened glass. That's a particle emitter. Nope. Maybe I already put them away. Yeah, I guess I did. Let's see, glass panes. There we go. Loads of them. Grab that as well. And these slabs. Thank you. Okay. Then you put the slab right here, and I have plenty of aqua. Good. And we're only going to get 4 out of this. I can get more later. 4 should be good enough for now. So now, if I want to put these on here, I can't simply right-click because they'll just turn to a tiny jar. In fact, the whole stack will turn to a tiny jar. So you have to shift right-click, and it works out just fine. So it looks like these jars are actually sitting on top of a table like normal, which is very nice. Actually, there's one thing I'm kind of curious about. Can I put these down on top of a table? Oh, I love that! I'm going to use this feature. I have a jar in a jar. That's kind of funny. Oops. Okay. So, let's see. Aside from this, I need to get those alembics made in order to get the essentia out. And the alembics require that, some iron, a few buckets, and a gold ingot. Okay, I have that. Let's see. Gold ingot. Required that. Did I put the buckets away, or are they in my inventory? They must be in my inventory. I need 2, and we'll take all these. Yes, they are in my inventory. Okay, so this goes here, this goes here. The ingots go in a pants shape, and the buckets go like that, and we have our first alembics. Lovely. So now, if I want to start getting essentia out of this, let's see. I think I put my alimentum away. Elementum, that's arcane ash. There we go. And that is burning out, or processing the essentia fairly well. See, these are filled with Perdicio. This one's got Vitreous. Alright, 1 jar of Perdicio. And that will go there. I should probably get a few more. Let's get all my entropy shards. I don't plan on turning them all into essentia. I just want to get it balanced out. Then 8. There we go. It's nice that you don't actually use up the files. There, so this is the start of my alchemy stuff. It's gonna turn out pretty nice. I should have enough room up here to have 1 of each jar, and I think this is close enough. I really hope it is. If it's not, then I'm gonna have to rework how this is gonna be set up. But it should be close enough. There's not much gap in between. Maybe I can double check it on here. Blah 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 blah. You know, that's actually used for all the skulls I'm going to be getting from my skeletons. I can put them around here too. Let's see. During the first stage of crafting, essential will be drained from nearby sources. Crafting will stall
If there is insufficient essentia available, something that you do not want, as will be explained on the following pages. Once all required essentia has been infused into the target object, the other objects will... So it doesn't actually tell the distance. We'll just have to hope, I guess. So, enough with that part. There is one more mod that I have just added to this pack on my own. And it's because I wanted to get some more decoration stuff, and I've just been really entertained by the Attack of the B-Team series that B-Dubs, Generic, and all of them are doing. So I've added one of those mods to this mod pack. I just need a couple iron ingots. And some sticks. And we go like this. And we get a hammer. And this hammer I'm going to use... Now, let's make sure this mod actually works. Let's set up a couple planks right here. You right click and you get this thing which lets you make a statue. And I think that is so cool. And you can even add a player's name here to get the texture of the skin texture of the player. I don't think I will actually be doing that myself. But when you hit sculpt, look at that. We have a statue. And if you want to color it, you can make a paint palette thing and you can get the actual color of the skin. But this is so cool. Now what's even cooler is you can equip it. So if I want to, I can set up a statue okay, that's not the right spot for those boots. I can set up a statue that just has my equipment on it. And that is so cool. But yeah, I'm thinking of like turning these wood pillars into statues and make it look like they're supporting the tree above, sort of. So it ends up like that. I have to put some wood underneath, of course, to make it less awkward. And the statues do kind of face the direction you were facing when you right-click the statue, I think. No, they actually don't. They just face outward according to which side you click. Okay. And it does keep the position that you last clicked, so... Look at that. Isn't that neat? And if I want to, I can actually put wood armor on them to make them look even more part of the tree. Let's try that. See, oops, don't have my wood on me. See, there's that. There's the helm. Wow, I haven't made wood armor in this texture pack yet. That looks kind of cool. And then the pants. So let's see how they look with armor on. That looks pretty nice. Definitely looks more in place. More like it was kind of carved out and reinforced a bit. I'm definitely doing this. It is so cool. It looks much better than the basic wood texture on the statue. His arms look a little bit weird though. Oh well. I like this. This is going to be what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be replacing every single tree pillar though, because I want the main rooms at least to look like they're actual branches holding it up, not statues. Down this hallway, this is just a purely decorative hallway. And I like it. I'd like my armor back, please. Now, how long does it take to just break one of these with your fist? Not that long at all, apparently. Okay. Let's put these back on the rack. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to cut away, and I have some things to do IRL. I have to head over to my stepdad's place. And when I get back, I'm going to probably do some more crafting and finishing out this area. I want to get the leaf wall up. I want to finish the floor. And I want to get more of these tables put in place. Although this corner area, I'm not sure if I'm going to have an actual table in the corner or if I'm going to do something kind of more decorative. Because if I put a jar in the corner, it's going to be kind of covered by the other two jars. I don't know, I'll see. We will see as soon as I'm back. So see you in just a few moments. And we are back. And I am about to make several more alembics. And I will show you my progress on my alchemy lab as well. I've also got tons more research done. There's my iron. There we go. Alembics. Ah, I'm out of his. Let's see, I'm out of aqua again. Jeez, I'm always running out of aqua. Let's see, where's my nearest aqua one? I think it's just right here, near the shoreline. I think over here. I don't remember the exact location of these things. Oh, wait, is it this one? I don't have this one marked yet. Why don't I have it marked? Got Viz though, so, or the Viz we want. Let's get a marking stone on that. Boop! There we go. And that one, that's what I want. Loads of water in this one. And that almost filled up our one. We're good to go. Actually, we could use some more air. Let's see, did you have air? I forget. Yes, you did. You have loads of air. And we're pretty much all the way maxed out. So, it's a day later now, and I have actually been watching some of the Minecraft people playing, and they are just so much better at figuring things out with these mods than I am. Like my power setup, I probably would benefit greatly by copying generic B to an extent, and perhaps using more more reactant dynamos than coal steam dynamos. Alright, let's set this up. Boop, boop, and a boop. There we go, all 5. So, let's turn around and take a look at our infusion altar area. Look at that. Doesn't it look nice? I think it looks great. We've got plenty of jars already. We're going to get loads more. It's going to take quite a bit of glass and a lot more water essence. And these labels that I have on the jars, they actually, on top of letting me see what jar is what, they have a function when combined with these tubes. These Essentia tubes, when you actually have them piping from your alchemical furnace and all the alembics to the jars, the jars with labels have a suction that will only allow that particular kind of Essentia into that jar. All other Essentia travels on and moves down the line. I also am going to need to make another one of these things. I need more gold. I'm going to need another one of these things because I'm going to make an arcane deconstruction table. I like how there's just tiny tunnels in my tree. So, yes, anyway. The reactant dynamo. Apparently significantly better than what I'm using. Honestly, I'm using very basic stuff, so it's no surprise. I need that sand, and which one do I want to use? Fire shards. But the reactant dynamo, it lets you combine different types of dust with different types of liquid, and it generates energy based on the reaction. So I'm thinking next episode I'm going to start out my test world, and we're going to be seeing which combination provides the most energy. I also upgraded my storage area a bit. I'm upgrading a gold chest, which is basically like having 3 wooden chests. And the next step is to turn them into diamond, which I think is equivalent to 2 double chests in the space of a single chest. I don't quite remember. Anyway, turn to glass. So the deconstruction table is a tool that helps with research. And you need to have one of these thermometers in order to create it. And if we go to our basic information, it requires a wooden table, a golden pickaxe, and a golden axe. So you actually need a lot of gold for this recipe. I mean, jeez. It's more gold than I ever use. Let's see, you need 4 sticks, so grab all of these and 4 of these. Get the table made, which is just like that. And the sticks. The axe. There we go. I think that this needs to be made in the workbench. I think. I'll make it here just to make sure that it does work. Okay, it does require it. It uses Perdicio. Okay, deconstruction table. We will put that right here. So what this does is you take something you want to break down into essence. Like cobblestone, it's got stone and perditio, or saxum and perditio. Now the thing about this is that it turns the essence into its most basic form, so it's always going to be producing either air, ignis, aqua, perditio, ordo, and terra. So cobblestone, while yes it does have saxum, is only going to be able to produce perditio or terra. And it's apparently a very slow process and a very low chance of actually getting anything. In fact, you're better off putting something that has a lot of different essentia in it, like the cinnabar ore, because it gives you a much greater chance of getting the basic elements that creates it. Now this is only really to benefit you with research, to kind of give you more of the basic building blocks. And as you see, I am pretty much out of water. So the best thing for me to put in, let's see, what is the best item that has the most chance of getting water? Let's see, water of course would be the best, but fish, that'd be a good one. Water crystals, water crystal clusters, reeds, lily pads, pretty much anything related to water. And of course potions too. Now keep in mind that water is a basic building block and those items are just parts of it. If we go into here, we can see that things like slime actually have water in it, of course, but life as well. Life is made of water. So is vitreous. So I could put it in glass, and glass has a chance of giving you water. In fact, I think the thing that gives you the most chance of getting some of the more basic building elements are items that have humanus in it. Because humanus has cognitio and bestia. Bestia has modus and life. Life is terra and water. Modus is ordo and air? Yeah, ordo and air. Let's see. Cognitio has spiritus. And spiritus has life and death. Or, yeah, life and death. And death has perditio, and life has all the other stuff. So basically, from anything that has a humanus portion to it, you have a chance of getting almost any of the base elements except for ignis. Okay, it's done. I now get an earth point. Yeah, you only get 1 point at a time, and as soon as it gets to that, it stops. I don't know if there's any way of making it so that it will, like, automatically give you the point. It'd be nice if there was, but I can see why they wouldn't. Because the way this works is that anyone can come up and click it. So, yeah, it's probably best that it's just something you have to click on your own. Probably the best thing to do would be, like, set up 5 or 6 of them at once and have them all going at the same time, so you have a greater overall chance and a much faster production. Anyway, moving on to the next thing I was going to talk about, Doc M has put up a video recently on the Minecraft, or the Crack the Beast pack server thing, which has him talking about an experienced mob essence farm he made, and I thought that was a pretty interesting concept. So I took my little guys out here, because this is an autonomous activator. This is one of the things that Doc M is using. Now he's using it in conjunction with a harvester. I'm thinking, maybe it would be best to have just a bunch of autonomous activators, perhaps. But we will see how well that actually works. So I have it facing this way. I want to see what it does. I have a chest on me as well, because
I'm thinking that if it picks the berries, then I probably can just have it put the berries in a chest, and it would work just fine. Okay, so when it's facing this way, it just picks the berries, and the berries pop out. No, they get picked up. So now, when they're in there, it uses them, but it didn't drop the experience, okay? That's one of the things I wanted to test. So when we face it the other way, let's put that there, turn it on, so it doesn't actually use anything right away. Now, will this actually pick the berries like this, or won't it? I don't think it will, to be honest. Right, it doesn't pick it. So, it only right-clicks with this side. It's good to know. You can also set this to left-click, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so if we pick this up, now we're going to turn it around the opposite way. This is on, right? Yes, it is. Oh, you weren't supposed to pick it yet. Oh, it's not using it right now, so that's good. Now, by default, it's going to try to use the berries, but if I put this here... Let's see... Isn't orange supposed to be, like, output? Maybe Docham's method is the best. It does have a slight problem of producing sludge, which I don't think he has a solution for that yet. But what can sludge be used for? Sludge... So it can be used to make needle gun ammo, so actually that's probably a good option for them. Because they can create needle guns and use that for weaponry. So tank carts, liquid registry. Is there anything else that can be done? Not like this. So yeah, Dockham is generating a bunch of sludge with his setup, and I guess that the only benefit to generating sludge is that he can use it for ammo. But the way his setup works is that it's got an autonomous activator, which when it right-clicks with the experience orbs, let's actually break that and put this down. When it right-clicks, it creates experience. Those little experience orbs. Now he has a sewer thing set up right underneath where it drops the experience, and that is turning all the dropped experience orbs into mob essence, which he's using to power a creeper generator, which I think is pretty cool. I might actually kind of steal this design for myself. But I'm thinking it probably would work out great to combine that with the reactant dynamo thing. Perhaps that would turn out pretty good. I'd have to see. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I kind of did most of the stuff off camera and just kind of showed results. And the next episode we're going to start out in my test world. We're going to take a look at the reactant dynamo and see what produces the best results, what is most sustainable, what I can set up to be kind of autonomous and on its own without me having to touch it ever again. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave. I will see you in the next episode. Take care, and goodbye.